So I'm Johnny Fagundes. I did your home inspection. So I'm gonna go over some key points, things that I found that I kind of want to just explain to you and hopefully explain on a video to where you're not just reading a report. So I'm gonna hit all the action items. Action items are things that are broken, damaged, leaking, safety concerns, things of that nature. And then in the report, there'll be consideration items as well. Those are like general maintenance items, things you should just be aware about or just upkeep, and things that are common with the age of the home, to kind of just like a heads up. So I'll hit all the action items. On the exterior, there's some siding and trim damage kind of throughout at sporadic areas. So in the front, there's like a little bit by the front porch. There's a little bit in the back. There's some good amount on the right-hand side, a little bit on the left, on the back side of the garage, and to the left side of the house. So it's sporadic. It's not like all the siding's deteriorated or all the siding's damaged, but there is, a lot of different areas around the perimeter that do have some damage to them. Also, right here in the front porch area, there's some siding damage where it's in contact with the top of the roof. Ideally, that siding would be about, an inch to 2 inches away from the roof. That way it's not gonna suck up moisture and create that damage. I don't think any framing's damaged. There's a couple spots that might have a little bit of damage, especially on the right-hand side where the siding's really damaged. But as far as the interior framing of the rest of the areas, I don't think it's there. The back deck, it's an old back deck. It's falling apart. There's loose boards, there's deteriorated boards. I didn't go underneath it, so I don't know the interior, the underside of it, just because it's so low to the ground. But I can almost guarantee there's probably some damage to the framing, just based on the condition of the deck boards. The front deck is newer. It looks like it's intact. I don't see any deterioration, but the back one it's at the end of its life. The roof. So the roof is, I would say, in the last quarter of its design life. It probably original, which is 30 years old. There's moss on it. There's granules showing. There's fiberglass showing on the rear. There is some perimeter eave damage, so it's showing me that it's leaking at the eaves. There's some stains. The gutters are corroded and leaking through. It's performing at a certain extent, but it's something that needs to be taken care of, in the near future. You might, last 1-2 winters with some, general maintenance, but it's gonna be time, like I said, in the near future to do a roof replacement. Okay, so in the garage, there's a fire door. This is, everyone's really fire conscious now because of what happened here. There's a pet door installed, so it's actually compromised the fire rating of that door. Anytime you have an attached garage to a structure, it should have a 1-hour rating. The event that a fire starts in the garage, it takes 1 hour to burn inside the house. So get that door replaced. It should self-close and have a 1-hour barrier. Water heater. Water heater's old. It's past its design life. There is some corrosion in the burner compartment, nothing that's uncommon for that age. It's missing a temperature relief valve drain pipe, so that needs to be installed. Also, the vent is loose, so the two pieces where it comes out of the top of the water heater, where it goes out of the roof, that vent is actually slipped out of position, so it's allowing that carbon monoxide gas to go inside the garage. Definitely get that tidied up right away. That way you're not going to have any issue with carbon monoxide. And then also, it's not strapped properly. There is straps on it, but it's so far away from the wall. It's probably like a good 8 inches far away from the wall, that it should have shims. Just some plywood or blocking. That way that tank is nice and secure. Electrical panel overall was pretty good. The only thing that I noted is in the panel itself, when you open up that door to access the breakers, there's a couple missing punch outs, and it's really easy to fix. All you do is buy a little plastic clip and fill that hole. The issue with it now, it's exposing the bus bar. So in the event that it's nighttime, the breakers are out, you want to go return off the breakers, you don't want to stick your fingers in there and get electrocuted. So it's like a little $1.50 clip, stick it in there, you'll be nice and safe. Fireplace looked okay. It's dirty, and there's a lot of ashes in there. There's creosote and there's soot buildup inside the firebox. The damper operated fine, but it should be swept. I am going to recommend a chimney sweep come out. Also, the cap on top of it's indented, so it actually holds water. It kind of ponds on there, and it happens over time. It just needs to be pulled off and re-manipulated to where the water is going to sheet off the chimney cap rather than just sit there in a pond. furnace is original. It's nearing the end of its design life. For its age, it's actually in really good shape. There's some surface corrosion, but nothing that's scaling, nothing that's overwhelming. I don't see any mineral deposits. It fired fine. The blower worked great. The ducting looks fine. They changed one duct, I think, in one of the bathrooms when they did a remodel, but I can see the section where they took out and they just relocated it. But otherwise, there's really nothing going on with the furnace. The filter is out of place in the blower compartment, so right now it's not working properly. They need to adjust that filter to where they sit at a perfect V. One's kind of standing straight up, so air is passing to the side of it. As far as the action items, that's really it. I mean, not a whole lot going on. I would say the biggest things are going to be the pest issues. It sounds like you guys already know about that issue. So hopefully, if you have any other questions, I'll leave a card with you guys, and that way you can call me. My direct cell is on there, so always feel free to call me. I know you can't ask questions now, so if you do have any, feel free to call, and we can go from there.